Cecil has been quiet lately, but recently he has come back to launch an attack on random news. And the reason for that is parody. Cecil has done many things, many messed up things, and because the public didn't react in the way that he thought, he wants to reel it back and basically say that everything that he has basically said has been edited. This is where parody comes in. Let me explain. In most cases, and especially with random news parody, anybody with half a brain knows the difference between parody and fiction, let's just say. But Cecil wants to use parody as an excuse that random news edits videos and twists the truth to make Cecil out to be guilty when he's not. This is Cecil's latest attempt in clearing himself of serious allegations. And it's one of the most stupidest moves that he's ever made. For some reason, when I try to screen record Cecil's videos, a lot of the time it messes up. It's like Cecil's videos curse my computer. So that's why I'm talking you through the latest happenings, basically. Cecil tries to scrape the bottom of the barrel to find a way of getting out of the situation that he's got himself in. His latest one is Random News does parodies, which means he's altered my videos to make me out to be guilty when I'm not. Everybody knows when Random News is in parody mode and when he's not. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure that one out. But Cecil decides to run with that, and then he plants his flag in the ground and he says it's confirmed. People are editing videos about me, so I'm innocent. No, that's not the way it works. First of all, parody is protected under fair use law. But Cecil probably doesn't know anything about YouTube. He makes videos, but he doesn't know the terms and conditions. He doesn't know about fair use law. He knows nothing, even though he blabbers his mouth about blocking people and reporting people's content and all the rest of it. He's proven time and time again he does not know anything about copyright or fair use law. When I first went through Cecil's audio of his confession video, Cecil's line of defense was to call me every name under the sun, instead of making a defense for himself. He could have taken his time, but no, he had to get his anger out and call me every name under the sun. By doing this, he's just proven that he's got no defense at all. And in fact, what he does is he avoids the people that just commentate on his videos, like myself, Order of Magnitude, and Master Shredder doesn't even cover his videos. He does shorts. He just talks. So he can't really attack them or myself on editing his videos. So he decided he would go for one of the bigger sources and attack Random News. Now, Random News has done a lot of journalism on this guy. Every time Cecil has slipped up, Random News has been on his back and has many videos covering him. Now, Cecil says, well, you can put his video up against my video, which is his, and you can see where it's altered. Yes, you can in some cases, but in many other cases, Cecil, when Cecil messes up, he will delete the video. But not before somebody has screen recorded it and sent it to Random News. So Random News gets a lot of stuff straight away. So when Cecil messes up, like he did when he went to the copy shop and hadn't got enough money, he deleted that stream straight after that because it didn't look good. Him sort of conning his way out of a cup of coffee, and when I tackled him about Logan, called him out for cloud chasing, and he did admit to cloud chasing on a video, on a live stream. And I basically told him, I says, listen, Logan was just calling you out for cloud chasing, and you admitted it in the video. So Cecil decides to cover it up by deleting the video. But Random News got that one too. So, but a lot of the time Cecil deletes videos when he doesn't want people to see things or hear things that he's messed up on. But very often, people have already got the information, So, Cecil is desperate in this situation, where he's turning to parody to prove that the people commentating on him are not trustworthy, which is not the case. I asked Cecil a number of times that if he knows that the confession video is edited, please give us a presentation of that confession video and show us exactly where that video is edited. Anybody in that situation that was innocent would automatically put a lot of effort to putting out a presentation to clear themselves. But Cecil is too lazy to, and possibly can't. Well, I know he can't because the audio in that video is 100% genuine. It's not hard to figure that out. All I basically done was took his audio, cranked up the gain, listened to the background. The background was not chopped up, which means the main audio of the video was not chopped up. Who would go to the effort of chopping up a video, taking out the main audio and then putting back in the background? It doesn't make any sense. Cecil is not that important to put that much amount of effort into altering videos to make him out guilty. Cecil does a well enough job on that on his own. How do I think all of this happened? Well, Cecil was under pressure by a certain rapper who was going to expose him for this incident with these two children. So Cecil decides he's going to put his word out first before this rapper. But he was banking that, 15, 16, 17-year-old doing these things to these children who approached him, it was all fine because he was underage and these kids approached him or whatever, which doesn't make any sense to me. But he didn't get the reaction that he wanted. But for a while, he decides he's going to put his case forward, and with some of these things, he dug himself into a bigger hole. 10-year-olds are fully developed, blah, blah, blah. All these things. Not to mention, there was another incident when he was 20. Things were not going well for Cecil, so when he failed to convince his viewers that this was okay, he decides to backpedal and say that it was all made up. It was edited. It was he was sleep humping. There was all kinds of excuses. He was throwing these at the wall at an enormous rate, hoping that something will stick. So, at the moment, we're back in its edited mode. So, what he tried to do was put the story out there, hoping he was going to get a different response than he did. And when he didn't, he fought for a while, and then he panicked, and then he backpedaled. That's what I think he done. Recently, he decides he would invite people to come and talk to him, which I thought was a brave thing to do. It turned out to be a dumpster fire, but at least he tried. Now, in that live stream, which I think is possibly deleted on his channel, but I do have a copy of it, I will commentate on it at some point. But when he was talking to RV Charity Drive about the situation, he said in one part of this, we're still trying to figure it out. Now, his girlfriend or fiance or whatever was adding some input and says maybe Cecil did do these things to these children while they were messing around with him and Cecil was half asleep, because Cecil does messed up things in his sleep. Now, his girlfriend or fiance wasn't there at the time, so her input is limited at best. You know, yes, Cecil can discuss this with his fiance. You know, Hetty has a habit of trying to make excuses for him to get him out of it. So, you know, there has been examples of that, you know. One of those examples was, even if he was guilty, there's no case about it, which isn't very much of a defence at all. But Hetty's input is, I think Hetty was also responsible for the birth of the sleep humping excuse. I truly think that, which is another excuse that wasn't very helpful at all. So this is why I say Hetty is limited in contribution to this situation, because she wasn't there. Now, this has been going on for years, and in the short time that I've been on the scene with this, which is on and off a couple of years, we have the same fucking arguments, we have the same talking points, we have the same excuses. The video is edited, all this kind of thing. I'm not going to sit here and react to every time that Cecil says the video is edited. It's fucking old at this point. The video is not edited. I don't need to fucking keep saying that. So there's no point in why are we going around in circles? There's 3 possible endings to this. At some point this has to end, because we can't keep going around in circles. Now, those three ways that this could end is: 1, Cecil comes clean. He thought that, what he'd done when he was younger was okay. He can use his, upbringing as an excuse, but he hasn't done anything since then. And he puts his hand up, says sorry to everybody that he's affected, including the victims and the people that he has called cheese pizzas, etc. And I am sorry, and I'm going to try and live a better life and be completely and utterly honest. Which, let's be honest, that's probably not going to happen. 2, he's going to continue this fight of the video is edited and we're all horrible people that have nothing else to do except drama and all these other things that he just throws at us on a regular basis. And that's what I think might happen. The other solution which could end all this is a proper discussion and debate with Cecil. And the person that would debate Cecil would have a proper calm head. We don't want a dumpster fire, but we plan the debate. And in planning that debate, we're talking about PowerPoint presentations or whatever, bringing up the confession video, going through that. If Cecil still wants to go down the road of the video is edited, let's go through it line by line, and Cecil can tell us where the audio is edited. And then we can go through these other things that he has said that back up that this video is not edited. We can go through a load of things. Cecil could have time to make preparations himself. We could have a moderator who is neutral to the situation, so they can step in when Cecil gets out of hand or the debater on our side gets out of hand, because we don't want a dumpster fire. Each person gets equal time. No one talks talks over each other. Each person gets different time for the different sections of the debate. One of those sections could be the confession video. Another section would be this John Gideon situation. Another section could be something else. And before the debate, both parties will see what the presentation is going to be. So it would be fair. And the moderator would have nothing to do with any side. It would be a bit like a Kent Hovind debate, who's a young earth creationist. He does a lot of debates. I watch a lot of debates. The debates are well structured in that, although the moderator is sort of on Kent Hovind's side, but he still tries to moderate fairly, giving each side real time, proper time. So if you're not familiar with that type of debate, just type in Kent Hovind debates, and you get some sort of an idea of what I'm talking about. Although the debate could end in Cecil putting his hand up and saying, I had a bad upbringing and blah 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 and I lied and I'm sorry and blah, or he could rage quit, or he could still run down the line, it's edited. But he would have plenty of opportunity to help himself in going through the confession video and telling us exactly where the video is edited. Now, he says he doesn't know where it's edited, but he knows for a fact it is. But if he feels that strongly about it, and if you were in that situation, you would know exactly where the video was edited. So, the debater on this side would need to have a cool head. Don't lose temper. Keep on track. Cecil, same thing. Anybody steps out of line, moderator, who is neutral to the two sides, will step in and put them back in their place. Blah, blah, blah. A proper structural debate without it turning into a dumpster fire, which would be a solution, but I can't see it happening. What would happen if Cecil told the truth? Well, he would get a prize, because I said that I would delete all the videos on this channel. God knows I need an ITC channel, and I only could get this one verified. I have an ITC channel and I can't at the moment get it verified, which means I've only got 15-minute videos that I can put on that channel, which isn't enough for ITC. I need this channel for ITC. So I would, if I got the truth and I got an apology for everybody that he has called cheese pizzas and all this kind of thing, if I was satisfied that Cecil would make everything right, I would delete all my videos on him, and I would turn my channel into something else, and I would go my way, he would go his way, and I'm sure many other people would do the same. So there's a lot in it for Cecil, but I don't think it's going to happen. But at some time in the future, maybe it would. Because if it doesn't, we're still going to be running around in circles, listening to him, saying videos are edited, and he didn't say this, and he was all these excuses over and over and over again. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm not going to commentate every time he says that, because people are not stupid. I think Cecil is banking on people being dumb and stupid. And in this process, he's just attracting stupid people to support him. It's not even doing him any good. He is getting a small bit of support, but they're as dumb as a bag of rocks. If they cannot see the evidence in front of them and see that he's lying to their face. I don't need to convince my viewers. I don't need to tell my viewers that the video is not edited. This is Cecil trying to put the cat back in the bag that escaped 7 years ago. We know this. I don't need to keep fucking saying this. You know? Order of magnitude doesn't need to keep saying this. RV Charity Drive, Shredder, Random News. We don't need to keep saying this. We fucking know. The video's not edited. Nothing was edited in what he had said about that situation. You know? And Cecil will get an even bigger prize in that he can go on to YouTube and talk about anything he wants. And he doesn't have to keep doing these rants that obviously stress him. He doesn't need to do that anymore if he just comes clean and tells the truth and it is honest and, you know, is sincere in that. He can just move on. And he can do whatever the flip he wants. But at the moment, he's trying to move on by doing, gold panning and ghost box sessions and all this kind of thing, and trying not to talk about it, but in the meantime blocking half the internet from commenting because the drama's still there. You know, if he was, if he could move on from this, he could possibly escape most of it. Now, some people will keep getting at him, even if he put his hand up and says, listen, you know, back then I done some bad things, I'm really sorry, blah blah blah. Even a sincere apology, he's going to still have anger from certain people. I mean, like, the internet's the internet. But as far as I'm concerned, I'd leave him alone. Do you know? I would just go on with my own thing and let him get on with his. Don't think I would necessarily watch him, because I'm not interested in his spurt box sessions. I'm not interested in people just doing celebrity spurt box sessions because other people do it and they get loads of views and all that kind of thing. I don't need to get into it. I'm not into his spurt box sessions. I'm not into noisy spurt boxes either. It's not my thing. Do you know? But I'll just let him get on with his thing, and then he doesn't have to block as many people. His life gets less stressful. There's a lot in it for him, but I don't think he sees the whole picture. The whole picture is a life of relative peace, with the odd person bringing up the past, which is going to happen because he opened his mouth in the first place. The internet is the internet. There's horrible people out there that just won't, even now, we're sticking with the evidence. Other people are calling him all sorts of names, not looking at the evidence, threatening him, blah blah blah. When somebody gathers enough traction, you start attracting really, really dodgy people on the internet. Then that's when things become a real dumpster fire. So, yeah, there's a lot in it for Cecil, but Cecil, I don't know if he sees the whole picture. He wants to hang on to this thing that he's innocent and he's going to be cleared and blah blah blah. It's gone on for 7 years. Where has this got? It hasn't got anywhere. Nowhere. And he comes on, this is proof that this has been edited and blah blah blah. Parodies and all this kind of crap. Parodies are parodies, Cecil. Parodies are protected on the fair use law. I can't do anything about it. And if you don't know the difference between parody and, real life, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm going to leave it for now because I spent enough on this video. I want to get back to my own content. I have some edits to do on the Ulster American Folk Park and stuff like that. My real stuff on the internet, because I've got more than one channel. Cecil thinks we do all this for YouTube, for views and stuff. This channel, to me, it's all Cecil content. That's not the legacy I want to leave behind. Believe me. This is not my bread and butter. It's not my main focus in life. And I'm going to go back to this focus right now because I've talked about Cecil enough. But if he does come out with something really daft, we will cover it. I will cover the video where Cecil invited people on the stream and it turned into a dumpster fire. See if we can get anything from that at some point. I've been calling it off, but I have to face it at some point. I have the video in the edit. and it's it's all sorted, and that. I just had to put my voice to it, my commentary to it, and stuff, and then we can go through this. But yeah, when when is this going to end? We need an ending. We can't keep doing this. We just can't. You know? We're not getting anywhere. Cecil's not getting anywhere. Something has to be done, folks. Something seriously has to be done. And I think we need some sort of a live stream discussion and debate that's done properly. It's done professionally. People act professionally. No shouting and roaring and calling names and all that kind of thing. We need something like that to clear the air. We need something like that to finish all this. That's what I think. But if you got an idea, please let me know in the comments. But I'll see you next time, folks. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye.